Nyx would feed. Maybe a couple of times, but I think a lot of this again is on the Centaur. Centaur.
Okay, that's a cool set. Sorry, I'm looking at the Terror Blade. That's actually really.
They can devote the Monkey King out, kind of enable, but I don't know if you want to soak up.
Is that the normal set?
Prepare for battle.
You can
because he glows silver instead of red.
You can have different gems inside the. You are not a cosmetics guy, sir.
With particles, maybe not so much.
I was talking about in real life.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Speaking as the man who's actually sitting here wearing makeup compared to you,
Yo,
who is not.
Gotta get comfortable.
Yeah, for those who don't know, yeah, every now and then we get every event we have to actually make ourselves up for events. So it's not just because I like wearing makeup during the middle of a day.
You don't have to justify yourself, Toby.
Yes, I do. before anything, like before assumptions come out.
30 seconds.
That's actually really sick. Sorry, I like it. I like it.
It is the Creator's Light Prismatic. I wonder how much that gem. Because some the gems have way like differing values. Let's see if I can find it.
Where'd you actually find it? Oh yeah, there is. It's at the top.
You know nothing.
I know it once it hits cosplay.
Creator's Light.
The battle begins.
54.
Really? That gem is $54?
I think there's some that are worth more than $54. $54 is definitely.
Man.
Yo, you said it looks sweet. People like stuff that looks sweet.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. It is sweet, sweet,
there's
sweet.
Arcanas too. I guess it's slightly more than.
All right, let's focus a little bit more on the game now. So the two Observer wards planted down on Observer and Sentry, blocking the offlane pull, the safe lane pulls.
But they could have 2 sentries or 1 sentry killing 2 wards. The value. Think of the value.
And if they get it in the exact position, like if they throw it down right here.
I think there's a bigger wiggle.
All right, White.
That rectangle could be.
All right,
bigger.
White. You're gonna see both of them are blocked. And he's gonna put it on the hillside. But that's been the D ward position that I've seen probably more than anything else.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
He gets 0.
Oh, does he? It looks like it actually gets the one on the bottom.
Does it?
Should probably
I
look
don't
towards
think
the
it
mid lane.
does. No,
Ice rotation won't work.
It doesn't get either.
Really?
I'm pretty sure. You might have to zoom a little bit, but I'm almost positive that bottom observer ward isn't seen. Or sorry. Wow. So instead of getting 2, he gets 0. Kind of like Wings last game. Except those. But they kind of saw it. Anyways. What?
Dire's top
move on.
tower is
Dude,
under attack.
de-warding's hard. De-warding's really hard.
I don't disagree. We already saw it when you like on top lane in game 1 of this series. Like, okay, well we'll throw down a sentry. We're completely out of position. We can judge from the wonderful comfort of our armchairs. Okay, so bottom lane, nobody is here. Monet's already going to be triggering up. He's level 2, so we can actually create the images as well, combining it with a Vengeful Spirit who, like, if there was a point up in Vengeance Aura, maybe this would be even easier, but what's Ice going to do to stop this? The Centaur was trying to find levels in the jungle, and when I say trying, he actually succeeded. He's almost level 3.
He definitely plays.
Just looking at the timing of the jump down to up.
Yeah. Definitely. A novice would not do that. But he is not getting... He got his clarity canceled, he missed the last hit with the Boundless Strike, but you can still tell that he put. We'll really see when it comes. How well he can.
We have to remember he's the support. Sort of.
Oh, I know.
Like Faith Beyond's just doing his jungle farming for the moment.
But they're not able to pull on bottom, so I think Wings are completely okay with this. Because Venge is like, what do I do? Pudge is like, what do I do? I can't pull, but there's no one here for me to kill. Absolutely no heroes in this vicinity.
It's actually the level gain they're able to achieve from this. Like, we're 3 minutes in and you already have a 500 experience advantage. Because Pudge and VS are just not finding anything they really want.
Blink used his spin in mid. This could be the call for them to potentially get a kill, but they are actually almost pushed by.
Raging up on Nyx Assassin. He's still got Spike Carapace as well as his stun. He may need the live. There's a level 1 Fade Bolt from Innocence. Okay, that is, yeah, not going to do anything. Nyx Assassin regeneration. 1 Tango and regenerating at 11 a second.
Yeah, they might need like a Blight or an Oop to kill him. I don't think they can do it without any orbs.
And this push is going to come again on bottom lane. Like, are they really ready to defend this? Like, you're not getting high levels up in the Rubik. He needs that Fade Bolt to drag the...
He doesn't have an Aquila
up the bottom.
or a Basilius for that matter.
Blink. He's got spin available, but in comes Pudge, starts the rot. Blink's going to take a lot of damage from this, but who's going to get more of it with the hook? It will actually be Blink killing off Super White. He's also ticking down thanks to his own rot with a wave of terror arriving from LPC. What? It's enough to dissuade Blink and Ice from fighting more in the mid.
What a fairy fire. He was at 74 HP, I think, right after the fairy fire, or right after fairy fire. That was close. Good heads up though by the Pudge. The Jug, or sorry, the Ember trying to right click the Jug down. The spin. Usually you run away and do no damage, but they almost got a return kill because of that.
Yeah. Also smart from Wings, just before that happened, they scanned just to the southeast of their mid tower. They were looking for the rotation from the Pudge and the BTS.
Yeah, they had no idea what they were. And it was like, it was at the a little bit post the 3 minute mark. Yeah, there was no way they would have been close. But Eyesight's having a great time.
So was Monet. 31-14 on a Terrorblade. Now able to get some solo experience at the bottom, pushing with a siege creep.
But he didn't start off with a Basilius. He went for the poor man shield at the start, but you'll see some carries go for the double slippers now. And if you're really not worried about getting contested, you can probably just go double slippers and bring a prot so you can get the Basilius for the push. But I think a Basilius would make a big difference. The tower would probably be at like 300 HP right now.
Yeah.
He had a Basilius.
It's still insane how many levels Ice has managed to achieve. Like, he's leeching off the bottom when it pushes underneath the tower. So even if the tower goes down, the Monkey King still got something out of this. And he can always look for the denial as well. Like, Monet is forcing this issue. Metamorphosis is gone, so here comes your little jump. Push him away. The TP support was coming in as well. But there is no real follow-up from that.
White potentially looking for a hook in the mid lane. Not very easy because of the spin, though. You can't Gearing chain hook that would. The cores are pretty resistant. Faith Beyond, almost level 6. Straight jungling. No contest.
And it's almost an easy life for a Centaur. Double damage up now for Blink, and you can say very much goodbye to a Nyx Assassin, or maybe not. Have they got a... Wait, there was no disable? Telekinesis was already used. So the TP will work, and Nyx Assassin will get away. So Omni Slash is down, and double damage. Well, he's still got half of the timing of it left.
Nice try by Blink.
They infest. 4 heroes on bottom. They'll actually use the Monkey King as a delivery system. The stun was quick from the Vengeful Spirit, but Monet gets ripped apart. The following stun into Vengeful. And that push, I was wondering what Wings would do to actually stop it.
They gave him too much time. The push is coming way too slow. It's just I'm solo Monkey King in the off lane. Tower is still not dead. It's 7 minutes dead. They've allowed the Centaur to get level 6. Stampede hasn't even been used yet. They can continue to get kills. They might even try and go for the Terrorblade again. They have Stampede to just run at him. Terrorblade might need to be scared. I don't know if he can show it lane right now. Looks really bad.
Maybe the Monkey King not the greatest idea. Speaking of Monkey King, he is got to be cautious. Not a lot of regeneration on Ice. But tried to man mode up against the Nyx Assassin.
He has Jingu.
He does, but Nyx is Nyx.
Oh, Super still relatively quiet on the Ember Spirit. Not doing terribly great in CS, but it is very similar to the Jugs. Lifestealer. Terrorblade.
Super really wants to gank this bottom if he can. Or
But it's
at least be here. Yeah, it is. But if it's not that, then it just has to be a push on the bottom lane. Metamorphosis is off cooldown now. Yep. You have Sunder available. So you might be able to catch Wings in a sort of compromising position.
I don't even know if they can really defend this. I think they need Centaur and or the Monkey or both. Ice Ice, where is he going to TP2? He just shrine up in base. He is going to...
There's the Infest again. You can take him around the side. There is enough like space that you can jump down this line. Gotta get the timing right so you don't get seen, however, because there is obviously vision of that little crevice. And yeah, they saw it. They saw it. The VS just pinged it out. They are very much aware of what's going on. Especially when he's on top of the Radiant Observer Ward. Meanwhile, up on top, Invis room from the Juggernaut, slipping in behind the Nyx Assassin. And the Radiant feel like something's coming, like they just scanned to the eastern side of the tower. So TP support will arrive from the Ember Spirit. Nyx Assassin already having to commit his Spike Carapace with the stun. The Hawk actually pulling Blink down. The Nyx is dead, however. Faith Beyond will not be able to survive it. So it ends up being a 1-for-1 trade-off, but that's your level 8 Centaur you're trading for the level 5 Nyx Assassin.
And he was so close to his Blink Dagger. He had like 1800 gold at that point. Still, they are forcing some rotations around. Terrorblade not able to use his Metamorphosis on cooldown. He does have to live in a little bit of fear of dying. Mikey King getting very good levels, though. He's almost level 6. As you mentioned, he was just part bottom the entire time.
Yeah.
But it's quite the luxury for him.
But his leveling has really slowed down. Like, he was able to get the first 4 levels in maybe 5 minutes. And now they're watching him like a hawk. The Observer Wards are down. He ends up getting stunned up. And now with the Searing Chains, Monkey King will die. His movements and his timing is kind of meant to work with the Lifestealer and be a real interruption. But LFY, the vision game for them was just stronger at that point.
They're way better at cutting down trees than Wings last game. Yeah, he got stunned. He cut down the tree right as he tried to leap out.
Ice. Jump forward. Blink wants to be involved. Remember, you still don't have the Omni Slash up for the Juggernaut. But you are wasting a little bit of time with the Metamorphosis. But Vengeful Spirit is trying to make the most out of it. Bottom lane. And this could be a very, very simple way. With a Haste Room, Faith Beyond can easily keep up with the Vengeful Spirit. And we'll find the pick-off down there.
Easy kill, just a little bit to his Blink Dagger now. And Terrorblade, no Metamorphosis. This is a good time for them to pressure Ores.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He went back. They used the Metamorphosis to pressure the Tier 1 tower mid before. But they're using the space for the Nyx Assassin on the top lane.
Jug Drums.
Super. Potential issues. Monkey King's a little bit too far away. They're going to trigger off Dust, maybe thinking that, no, Nyx is very much visible. So, assuming just misclick then. There's your first stun. Stampede forward, Slider Fist dodge, and then Spirit away.
They're probably just wondering what the hell he's doing there by himself. But he knows that there's not that much lockdown.
This can't make any sense. There must be an invisible hero next to him.
That's usually what happens. Yeah. People usually don't do things for no reason, but it was just waste their time. The drums on Juggernaut is unusual. I haven't seen too many drums picked up, but I have tried it myself, and it does seem much better than it was before, just because it's a lot easier. How keeps getting nerfed and nerfed and nerfed and nerfed. It is kind of cool. The attack speed pretty important. Drum pop, but didn't use it for the tower push.
They weren't really under any real pressure of time. My top lane was the only thing, and that's exactly what's being ganked up. Oh, he just stole Vendetta. Perfect timing for the Sentry Ward. Now the stun forward, Spire Carapace makes life a little bit more difficult. Not to mention the hook pulling down Ice, but you've got support. It's the Blink Dagger of the Centaur arriving. And Wings come in force.
Damn, why with that Sentry Ward up?
It was the Observer Ward that I believe actually scouted their movement all the way down here. To scout the movement going north. I think it was the one that was down to the Bounty Room, the Radiant side. It saw their original movement up towards the top, but there's still the timing of when they arrived. That was different. Monet. Wow, they just go from gank to gank. Even the committal of the ultimate in case anyone's going to TP into us this one, not to mention the Sunder, the damage on the Juggernaut, then a hook back over.
God.
Ice will go down. It was Wings getting the advantage, and they just threw so much of it back to LFY.
I saw the exact same thing happen at Star Series. They were trying to gank a Terrorblade at the Shrine, and he spun instead of Omni Slash. It was literally the exact same thing, except it was on the Dire side instead of Radiant. But this team has to be pretty unhappy about that. Actually, it's two different players, though. Last time it was Shadow. This time it's Blink. What? How did they both make that same mistake? So greedy, trying to spin down the Terrorblade instead of Omni Slash him. And that was actually the game-defining moment, I would say. That was actually the moment that everything started to fall apart for the other game. In this game, that was definitely a big blunder. 3 heroes dying when they could have just been an easy Terrorblade.
Another good sentry ward. The Omni Slash is then used on top lane.
Yeah.
1 out of the 3 hits actually hits on Jinxing.
Woo!
And Pudge is lining up for another hook too. Blink is pretty much in line for that if he wants it. Ice coming in from the sides, a little bit of mana burn and stun. The healing ward's giving more than enough sustain for Wings to just stand and bring down the tier 1 tower, however.
Can't believe he didn't Omni.
It's fine, you can move on. I don't know who's doing interviews here, but that question can be asked of Wings later.
Well, the thing is, I was there with Winter talking about it, and we were both talking about it extensively because it was a game-defining moment. But he, I think, I don't know. I was talking to someone who has more close relations Wings than I do, and he was saying that they actually that's the sort of thing that they would really choose someone out over because it was something relatively simple, and I think that Shadow was kind of talked about as a scapegoat for the team. Make something like that, he gets a lot more flack than he actually would have. You know, people make mistakes and trying to point them out occasionally, but for something that is seemingly so trivial, I don't know. Is it trivial though? Like it's a pretty game-changing moment for them. Yeah. And to have it happen again, is it going to be worse for them? Is it going to be different because it's Blink instead of Ice, or sorry, instead of Shadow? Like, I don't actually know how they handle something like this.
Yeah.
Is it like WTF when I'm not sure, like...
Especially the timing of this game too. Like they just took a fantastic fight and then they give away everything that they gained. You know, like if they kill the Terrorblade, then it's them looking to actually do damage to the tier 1 tower in mid. It's them looking to build up momentum.
Yeah.
And now you basically got to, like, you're getting whiplash from your seatbelt.
Yeah. Or maybe they've grown bigger from the situation and moved on. Maybe they're like, this has happened before. Ha ha ha.
Oh,
whoops. My team sucks. And then they just move on. You know, it could be like that. Who knows?
Spirit of North America.
But regardless, it is that's something that your team could potentially strike over. But anyways, they are smoked up as for infested inside the Monkey King, nowhere to be found. He is going to get two up top, and looks like Radiant peaced out. But
Monkey King has no net worth.
They see Super. They're trying to potentially kill.
That's so difficult. But Sleight of Fist and Spirit Jump away. He got out.
Damn.
That timing. I don't know if he was just thinking about doing it for the creep wave or not. But that was quick.
That was really well put, man.
And now LFY can defend this. You miss with your initiation. You've already burnt your Stampede. And Pudge is looking for the perfect hook. Shadow is the target he probably wants, and they need to get the instant stun. That's what Jinxing is here for. Mana burn and infest and double Spirit Sim from Super. You can get a little bit of control from Innocence with the telekinesis, but the control doesn't matter when both your heroes are down. You get a tier 1 tower for the trade-off of the Lifestealer and the Centaur.
Great Impale by G. With a hook being slower speed now, it's very difficult to kind of stun lock a hero with a cast out of it like Lifestealer. But when you have the Earth Spike flying midair, sorry, Impale, Earth Spike. When you have them tail flying midair as he's coming towards you, made for an easy kill. But of course, all that was kind of set up by Super. Tower did fall at the end of the day.
Blink also just picked up a freebie on the Pudge.
Yeah.
Small things. Small things to keep him in this. And this is letting Blink look a little bit closer towards having that diffuser blade up and running.
Monkey King was supposed to be scouting. I don't think he's doing a particularly good job of scouting out where LFY are, though. I understand.
He's had to back up and farm. Just feeling so far behind this game.
For the Omni Slash, telling you, that just ruined all their momentum. They could have just kept snowballing, taking on towers. I think they would have just taken out mid after that, or even picked up a couple more kills. Everything's kind of halted for them. Terrorblade is now very farmed after having a pretty terrible early game, not being able to get the tower down quickly.
They're looking for the ward from Monkey King, I think. Yeah, they're pinging out the hill as well, because they saw Monkey King jump up to their ancient area, so they're assuming he's on a vision mission. But the only observer ward, which is... Actually, they got 2 aggressive observer wards, but both primarily focused into the entrances and maybe a little bit shallower in the Radiant jungle.
They had to be scared about all ending on the Terrorblade. Forgot about the defensive swap. We haven't seen it yet, but it could definitely ruin their day. If and I would say defensive swap instead of defensive. It's a lot more reliable. Yep. If that happens while he's getting jumped and then he gets sundered because he swapped away, things could go very poorly.
And you're starting to see the immunity arriving from Monet too. Okay, he changed his mind. He had BKB in his buy list after picking up the Manta, and then... Now he's back to BKB. He was looking at Skadi. He's switching between BKB and Skadi.
Why would you go BKB here? It's very strange. I don't think he needs BKB.
No, he's back to Skadi now.
Yeah, BKB is just not the item here. You're versus Lifestealer and Jug. You have defensive bubble. I think you just go Butterfly even, I would say. It might be Butterfly or Skadi for sure. I'd probably go Butterfly because
Skadi up against the three melees. Well, that might just be nice for full-on kiting.
The slow's not that important though because of Stampede. I would say like Butterfly gives you, like you don't necessarily want to build HP versus Lifestealer because of Beast, and Butterfly gives you a ton more armor. And Jug and Lifestealer are all about the...
It's taking Wing so long. Okay. So they're going to get Roshan, but they're going to lose both of their bottom lane towers for the Roshan.
They don't really feel comfortable fighting into the Terrorblade right now because their heroes aren't farmed enough to deal with it. Juggernaut went forward.
They keep going?
What? T3?
It's just because you got Metamorphosis available, so you can at least do the chip with the illusions.
You can do a little bit of damage, but wrap around with the Shrine, it's so deep, you're not going to be able to retreat. It's not
yeah,
great.
And Wings are coming to fight. So the Nyx Assassin's running around inside of Vendetta. He may actually break the smoke if he gets close enough, but who do they find? They find LPC out. Faith Beyond wants more than just a Vengeful Spirit, however, but he may not have a choice. He started with a double edge, didn't go for the hoof stomp.
They see Emperor Spirit, and there's also Ji-Xing there. Ooh, what?
Start your TP, Pudge. Oh, he can't get out in time. Innocent's able to just get the telekinesis grab and bring him down. Is anyone else still kind of stranded? It's just the Nyx Assassin without a TP scroll. So you'll end up losing both the supports for LFY.
I would definitely prefer to be on LFY side with heroes, but gaining 2 towers.
It's Courier Hunt. Courier Hunt. He knows if he blinks up, he's kind of committed too heavily for that.
Blinking Shadow, just breaking that tower. The Diffusal Blade on the Juggernaut is very good versus the Turret, but they are going to have, and killing the supports, but they're going to have a little bit of issue trying to deal with the Terrorblade because they don't have any. I think I definitely would prefer the Maelstrom. But it looks like he is going to go for
Silver Edge.
Silver Edge. Silver Edge is nothing to break here, really.
Jump in mid.
Pandara.
Okay. I don't know if they're on the same page there, where Faith Beyond is like, okay, we're not going to get the kill, so we just go for something else. AKA farm on the creep wave. But he's using the time of the Lifestealer, whose ult is just sitting inside the Centaur. So they missed the bounty rune. They'll understand that someone else is near here. Ice is really looking for the opening. Cannot find it.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're just waiting to explode with the tear. Dude, he is going for BKB.
Yeah.
What?
He moved off the Scotty again.
Like, I just can't believe he's going for BKB. Blows my mind.
Maybe there's something that will happen in the fight, and then you'll be like, ah, that's the primary reason for it. Well, LPC again. Okay, in first jump out, defensive swap, Spike Carapace is available, and then the Hawk. Actually dragging Shadow into the fight, and with a double edge, LPC will die. Our sentry's planted, but the blink up from Nyx Assassin will get him away to safety, and then Spike Carapace TP out. They will not find him in time, even though they guessed the spot perfectly.
No blink on Rubik, and they do not seem to be believers in the dust. Except for Wars Uncommon versus... But still, they definitely need dust. Some important kills. So BKB completed on Terrorblade.
And now he's looking at the Scotty. He'll get both.
I guess it's good for the Infest Bomb, potentially, but...
That's only if you get it all.
Yeah, that's the thing. Having something passive like HP and or armor is much more relaxing, or just relying on your... Yeah, the thing is, I don't think they can control the Vengeance fights. Like, if they had, like, Global or something, I would say, yeah, BKB.
Keep farming up, looking towards that Lincoln Spear, only 400 gold away from it. He's the primary reason, too, why after that tier 2 tower was taken up on top lane, Wings backed up, because the bottom lane was pressuring in too heavily. They knew they had no other choice. IS, that was an optimistic jump forward. The Stampede, maybe the damage reduction, no. That is one dead Monkey King and barreling down the middle with a couple of illusions and metamorphosis off cooldown. Yeah, Monet's gonna let rip. They're here for the tier 2 tower.
No damage reduction yet.
True. Jump and the back lines, quick stun, Faith Beyond! Oh, that damage is so quick and so heavy. Now Shadow's also on the run back out of here. The Spirit is coming forward from the Ember Spirit, and that's what's going to allow for the rooting to happen. You can steal Searing Chains, but the survivability is still too much. Even with the Omni Slash, they just stunned around the damage. So now it's Blink who's on the run and almost no life super. The Sleight of Fist Searing Chains. It is Wings who will lose 4. TPing out the Rubik. They fought into the Metamorphosis. And now they actually have their tier 3 tower under attack.
Not too much else to say. They did fight into the Metamorphosis, and it was a great hook by White. But now you see the item builds on the dire side really starting to hurt them. Like, even life steal, you probably... Like, you actually want to go for Dezo this game when you're versus Terrorblade? Maybe, but probably not. I don't know. I'm so surprised there's no Maelstroms out. I definitely think the Juggernaut's build is not good for the 5-5 we've been seeing. Because that's how Terrorblade works. You just wait until you get enough items and you 5-man with meta and Metamorphosis, which is ridiculously strong. You have 5 illusions, all meted up, just right-clicking heroes. They have very little AoE damage on the wing side, so you just have to accept that you're going to be taking a lot of physical damage. Unless you can't clear the illusions, but they don't have that much armor, they don't have any way to deal with the illusions right now, and they failed on a couple of their skills already. Things are all starting to fall apart, and also Faith went for the heart as opposed to going for the scepter. If they had a scepter that fight, yeah, maybe then they can run into the Terrorblade, but like he wasn't even close to dying. BKB or not, he still got his thunder off and was still able to destroy.
And Wings need to get back on the same page at some point. For now, they're going to start losing their outer buildings. The shrines can already be attacked because that tier 3 tower went down, so having that TP position is more and more difficult. Blink is now looking into a full Abyssal Blade as his next major item over on the Juggernaut, so again, more single target focus stuff. The Assault Cuirass for Life Stealer.
He also went defensive balance on Jug. He went for health and armor, opposed to damage and attack. He's tanky, but versus a Terrorblade, that's minimal in terms of adding to the back capability time.
Like if they can get the lockdown, then maybe it can work on Monet. But you're right, like the vengeful spirit is always going to save.
He's just sitting behind him. That's why I would not be scared of Overman. Like, yes, this is the game I can finally go collapse cannon or just mass armor and damage.
Instead, Monet went for the like extra security of BKB.
Yeah, it's fine. I just don't think it's optimal. They can easily do roast at this point. Monkey King is very weak right now. Doesn't have Basher. Have upgraded boots at this point. So with the Vengeful Spirit and with the Medallion, roast should be a pretty simple task for them. Ember can't really offer much for the roast gun. And Terrorblade actually doesn't have that much damage work because they know it is. But I don't really think right now.
Yeah. If anything, it's if anything, they could just ignore and just wait for the next fight, and Faith Beyond's already looking to initiate that. There's a Gem of True Sight on the Nyx Assassin, and a smoke. A secondary one looks like it's going to be used here by Wings, so they still want to go for the wraparound.
Jug's not with him though. Jug's actually still coming. So they're gonna.
How are they meant to do this then? Like, unless it's going to be like a 4-on-1, but like LFY is at a point now where they're just like full out attacking. They have to throw down a sentry ward because their smoke broke. Nyx doesn't realize what he just did.
They wouldn't even expect this sort of gank too because Jug is showing in the mid way, but
secondary sentry now planted. So I'll see Nyx Assassin quickly, but of course Nyx on the run out, blinks up, Stampede is triggered, and Wings are on the retreat.
Gank has failed.
Yes. Quite heavily.
I'm actually surprised they didn't try to fight that. They saw Jug in mid. If their initiation doesn't go ideally, they could just crush them. Meta was up that entire time, but it looks like LFY, they are looking to fight right now after the smoke has popped.
They just want to fight in their terms. Like, why fight into a Wings lineup who's already posturing, looking for an engagement? This is an easier one. You're looking at just a D-warding. So you already put the mirror on him, hook him back over. Okay, don't think this member was really essential for that. But 43 seconds now without the Rubik. They look towards Roshan. And this will take some time. And maybe that's where Ice can do something.
The Bender offers a lot here, though.
They see him. They actually see him. They cut down the tree. He'll be stunned up, Searing Jane, and hooked to death by the Pudge. One Observer Ward that was just being placed around saw the leap.
Ow. Painful for Wing.
They just can't catch a break. The lineup of LFY is just working perfectly again. And with an Aegis Immortal behind him, they actually put the Aegis onto the Terrorblade. I always wonder about that with Metamorphosis being the primary thing.
It's because he's a tower hitter. Tower hitter generally better carrier.
Oh, hook. That's not the target he was really looking for. Going to catch only one of the illusions of the Terrorblade, but that melee Rax fortification has to be triggered. Monet's just doing way too much damage, and maybe now with the Monkey King ulti, they'll try and push him out, but nope, Monet doesn't care. The Hawk Stomp on the back lines, they initiate in, looking towards that Live Stealer. The Terrorblade, remember, he's still got that Sunder, so you go for that quick little swap out. It's being used on the Pudge, keeping him alive. Juggernaut can't find the target. You've still got Sunder available. You've still got Aegis the Immortal up and running. Juggernaut has to buy back to try and sustain in this fight. Monet so low, they're going to break him through. He did actually use the Sunder in the end of the fight. Lincoln Spear triggered on the Ember Spirit. Monet's back to World of Living. They're still here for the melee rack. That's what they came for. Even though they get the buybacks out, Ice almost sacrificing himself on the front lines without the hook hitting from Pudge. White can't really punish it. But no Live Stealer, no Rubik. But also no mid-racks. LFY are happy with what they've got. They're bailing out.
Super is also just left free to do whatever he wants this game too. They don't have enough lockdown for the Ember Spirit, and he can just go in, remnant in, doesn't care about dying at all. Who cares if he gets Omni Slashed or really anything, because Omni Slash doesn't do that much damage here. And the Bachelor was okay, I would say, down Terrorblade, but it didn't really matter. Just not enough damage to actually take him down 3 times.
And Wings, what's happening to you? Things not functioning with their lineup, things not functioning with their draft, their execution, their itemization. The Monkey King has kind of just fallen off, and this feels like a slow walk to eventual death.
Maybe when Centaur gets his Ags, if he gets his Ags, they can run in and kill enough people.
But where does he find that farm? Like right now, Juggernaut's taking most of the jungle. Live Sealer has to farm off the off lane because that's the only place it's like he's the only core which is probably tanky enough to do such a thing.
I think it's the only way they can tank the Terrorblade. Stampede with AC. Oh, we need a Vlad on the dinosaur too. Pretty good for them.
Rubik get the gold. Yeah, he got the 60 gold per minute talent, so maybe he can afford it. Already has the 4-star for his team.
I think actually Monkey got it. I think the Monkey King last king got the Vlads as well.
He's trying to finish Solar Crest though.
Yeah. Solar Crest is pretty good here, but it's just super late. He's had the medallion for like 15 minutes.
Monet's building up to push that top lane. 33 armor on this Terrorblade. When he comes in range of the VS, does over 300 damage a hit. That's because he's building closer and closer towards having that butterfly. For now, it's just the Eagle Song. Okay, they're actually backing out. Kind of surprised. Thought they would go for the push.
No Aegis. They could potentially risk the gem at this point. And Faith, he is smoked up with the rest of his team. There is an Infest. Terrorblade Illusions trying to scout out Invis room.
They got one. They found White. They actually committed Omnis. Oh wait, no, it sounded like Omnislash just because the 3 illusions came in.
Maybe this is the start of it all.
Potentially. Yasha's coming out, and Wings. Like, with this one kill, they're still being watched by that Observer Ward, the original one that caught the Monkey King when Roshan was happening. The Wings are just coming down the mid lane. They're very good at melting through buildings, and without the punch hook initiation, like, they don't really have a way to get Wings out of position. But the top lane is pressuring in. They may think about coming back for that. Super is now going to start his BT to the bottom lane. Just getting Wings to look behind themselves. That's all.
It's a much needed gold though for them. Oh, show. But still, Terrorblade is still going to destroy them in team fights.
Yep.
Badly, I think. Even like the Juggernaut Reflection, did a lot of damage to himself. Still, got to keep an eye on Centaur's items. I think that's kind of the only item that's really going to save them. Potentially Abyssals too on Terrorblade when he's really low, so he can't stutter. But I don't know.
But you want that Ags.
You definitely need Ags. Definitely need Ags. Maybe double Basher. Maybe an MKB.
Start making your wish list like almost impossible. You need a realistic wish list. Oh, hello. First hit bash will... Oh, wait. He just jumped back to the close spirit? Yeah, he did. And then BT back out again. I suppose that's one way to make sure Monkey King's got no trees in that bottom lane. Just spirit through the sidelines.
Yeah, I guess Ember's Monkey as well.
Just in the fights. You wait for the unintentional awesomeness, just spirit in and out, and then just clear the tree that Ice would be sitting up on top of.
Side effects also okay. Vision of the Monkey King through trees.
Oh, push is coming on top lane. Looks like Monet is ready to go. The full butterfly is done. Next item in his wish list is going to be the Satanic. But all LFY are looking for is that top Raxing. Surprisingly, they don't have any vision up on the hill just yet. They have the Gem of True Sight, but I'm not seeing an Observer Ward up, so they're just going to do this the old-fashioned way. Push a whole bunch of illusions in, attack into the tower. They've already forced out fortifications, Sleight of Fist. No Searing Chains to lock him on. He attempted it, but it actually missed. And Faith Beyond, here comes your jump in. Looks towards that Terrorblade. The damage is high, but the stun back is better. The hook shot pulling in Faith Beyond. He has to stampede away. With another Searing Chains out, you don't have the Monkey King ultimate anymore. They take the tier 3 tower, and looks like, again, LFY are happy to disengage. They are not giving Wings the opportunity to fight.
That was really poor illusion spread from the Terrorblade. All of them got double edge down and Infested. Infested is pretty big radius, but double edge is a tiny radius. you need your illusion to stay alive in the fight. I think potentially they're going to turn things around. Maybe he was like worried about like the punch between them, so it wasn't much. But I think having them up and around the fight so you can get good vision of heroes. You need them alive too to tank things like Omni Slash. I think it's quite important to have an extra illusion up for the Terrorblade, but yeah, gotta maximize value.
Well, once they're all gone, they realized it and they backed out. Faith is still trying to find that little bit of farm. 2.7k gold. Closer and closer they are getting. Roshan's still not up just yet. Potential spawn time is soon. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit's just enjoying the control of the side lanes. Getting closer to his Octarine core. The item of choice. Good an E-Blade pop arriving for a Nyx Assassin.
Not have the agility talent though. Not yet.
Give him time. Monet's building in for a Bloodthorn.
Bloodthorn's good.
It'll be one great way. Like, they got the hook over on Faith Beyond. If you can get that Bloodthorn to trigger on him. Oh, Monet. No, the blink out. Faith Beyond's on the run. Here comes your jump in stun, the quick 4-star, hook shot. The hook a little bit off target, so they're going to just push him in instead. Go into the dismember. Centaur, he's got no mana to work with, so they cannot trigger off the Stampede. Rather problematic, but there is no lockdown available at the moment. ISI's trying to keep them away, and now the Ember Spirit will arrive. But they don't find their target.
Looks like looking to trigger the Shrine and then just go immediately Roshan after. Roshan's going to respawn in like 5 seconds. Are they going to be able to scout it out when it respawns? They'd have to park the punch inside the pit though. Nope, don't miss.
It's so close.
Yeah.
4 seconds, 3 seconds. You wait for LPC to turn around, just throw a wave of terror over the pit. And instead it's going to be Wings that will discover it. Faith Beyond's going to run in and, well, hello Roshan. Live Sealer's got the choice. Do you want to pop out and go for this? Super has still got a decent amount of pressure on the lane. And the ping has arrived. YOLO! So LFY, they understand what's going on. Ice needs to control this beautifully, if it's possible. In comes the illusion. They understand the situation. Roshan's almost down. You trigger off the ulti from Monkey King, but here comes the 3-man impale. It was perfect from the Nyx Assassin. The Aegis Immortal is still in the hands of Shadow, but on the back lines, Ice being ripped apart. So there goes Monkey King, and Shadow's got nowhere to run. The half stop from Faith Beyond, plus the double edge. It looks beautiful, but it is just so ineffective. Not enough damage to come in from it. But the Aegis Immortal will trigger, and they're looking towards the Juggernaut. A double kill for him. Monet gets the attack in. Shadow, the jump forward, the steering chains will not be able to connect on him. So Shadow can continue to run, but no Juggernaut for 100 seconds. He can buy back, but they'll lose the Centaur as well. Puts that Aghanim Scepter even more on ice after the buyback. And he just buys a 4-star instead. They're not even thinking about the Aghanims anymore.
No solution to Terrorblade. I saw that Omni Slash, and that just looked pathetic. How little damage I did.
He just stands his ground with all the illusions, and they can't kill him off. So here comes the push up on top. No Metamorphosis for this, but if you even force the buyback out from the Juggernaut, the economic hit's going to be so huge. So they stampede forward. Monet's nearby. He's got Sunder available. He's not going to help out his punch here. Just lets him die for the moment. And they try and focus over towards the Live Stealer. Rooted up now that Rage is worn off. Where's the extra support? Right now it's just Super by himself. Slides a fist up and then doesn't get out. He got stunned and controlled. It's the Ember Spirit who's now down. And no buyback is available for him.
He should have been able to Remnant out during the slight, but I don't think that he expected Centaur to have that hoof stomp at the ready. I've been seeing increasingly amounts of players timing that perfectly. It's stunning people immediately after the slight. But yeah, Super with a big death to give up.
Really good scam. They dusted up, but it was just too far away from the Nyx Assassin.
Oh no, it did ping red again, but...
Sentries. The blink. Very, very difficult. Remember that Nyx Assassin still got a gem of True Sight, so he knows when he's going to be visible.
Wow. That's a... They really need that guy dead. He's just been able to run around all game.
But how do you kill him? Like, even if you want to like directly attack him, he's still got the E-Blade.
Blink telekinesis. Should generally be enough.
But he's only got 4 stuff.
Yep.
Like, and he had to go for his own Ghost Scepter in order to survive the team fights.
Ghost Scepter does not it has not really saved. I would prefer the blink over that. But regardless, this has to die.
He's hunting again. Hello, Courier. They'll see it quickly, but won't get.
Might actually.
He's not looking for it. Well, he'll find Faith Beyond. You could potentially BT in the Ember Spirit. Wonder how long it actually takes for the Ember Spirit. Wait, is he looking at a Radiant? He's looking at a Radiance.
Radiance is not that uncommon. You haven't seen Radiance on Ember?
In this late portion of the game?
Yeah, it's what other good 6 items are there? Blink is pretty common, but he actually doesn't think that he needs a blink. Radiance is pretty good. I don't know.
I suppose like you're not really fighting any real evasion. You don't need like heavy lockdown. Whoop. Good force staff and then blink away to safety from Faith Beyond. It will escape the attack of LFY.
I think Radiance is fine here. He generally shouldn't be dying in the fights, and you get Octary Lifesteal off the Radiance, you have the spell amplification for the Radiance, you have the armor to stay alive in the fights. It's probably not ideal just because they have magic immunity on 2 of their heroes, but yeah.
Here comes that bottom lane push. It still does have, if he wants to, the Metamorphosis available plus Satanic, so it's Satanic and Sunder. That's the hardest thing in the world, but Ice jumping in through the back lines, looking for the stun. Monet triggered off his BKB. Monkey King gets instantly controlled up by the Pudge. The perfect dismember. Faith Beyond, he's kept alive by the Shrine, but it's all up now to the Terrorblade, standing in the midst of this fight. He's just chasing anyone he wants to. The Wolf Stomp in, the swap out. There she is. This is the problem they knew they were going to face. To a low life Terrorblade, he'll switch his life over and then run straight back into the engagement. The hook hits perfectly, even bouncing the life steal on the way back out again. Faith Beyond, another good hoof stomp. The Super needs a little bit more space, but he has it. Monet will create it, and that's really the game. Everyone is lost for Wings, and so is the series. 2-0 victory for LFY.
LFY looking a lot better than yesterday. Wings still just... It's just not their group stage. Draft's been weird. You mentioned item build's been weird. Not killing the Terrorblade at a very important time where they actually had a lead in the game was also weird.